How's it going? It's time for another edition of We Love Betting and Football League chat with Mark here, of course. Mark, tell the audience where we are.
We're in a very windy Canary Wharf. Just been in to see the Racing Post to do the videos of the 188 bet.
Yep.
Hence the polo shirt.
I should be wearing one as well, to be fair.
Yes.
But yeah, no, good chat with Mark Langdon. And got lovely scenery. I hope you can enjoy it. And, anyway, yeah, good fun last week in that place in Tunbridge Wells. I enjoyed that. Yeah. The places you end up on a Thursday night, I tell you. Anyway, we're going to get chucked out of here. We've not actually bought a drink, so let's just kick on. 3 bets, Football League. Outstanding week last week.
Yeah,
for the site.
Fortunate, really. Morecambe grabbing that goal in stoppage time. Nice full house for me and the team as well.
What a start, 9 out of 9 last Saturday, 3 o'clock.
Pressure's on,
definitely. Brentford against Forest, your first game. I know you've been loving Brentford, and that theme's continuing here.
Don't be saying that publicly, QPR fans won't be too pleased. The cash has come for Brentford for this game, and it's no real surprise really. They are, I think they're a shade of odds against. They are now odds on, 9 to 10 with BetStars. I think he's your best price. Were beaten 1-0 at Sheffield United last weekend, but only faced 2 shots on target in that game, and all the data and highlights that I've seen seems to suggest they deserved something. Dean Smith then made 10 changes in the midweek cup game. They got the result in extra time over Wimbledon, but injury doubts. There's one over Sergi Canos, which is a concern. Harley Dean, their captain, he's actually been stripped of the captaincy because he's in a bit of a contract rebel at the moment, but he's back from suspension and is available, so you expect Brentford to be on it this weekend. I think it's their first home game of the season. Forest, I hate taking knee-jerk reactions to the first game of the season, and I probably would have opposed them anyway for this game, but they were absolutely dominated by Millwall last Friday night. 68% possession of the ball. They actually outshot 21-11 and 5-18 in the shots in the box. XG, expected goals, 0.5 to 3.3, and that's a sizable difference in XG. So Barry Mackay scored a great goal in his debut. The goalkeeper Jordan Clark was man of the match, and although I don't think Brentford will be as direct as Millwall were that night, I do expect them to come out on top here. Their home record against the bottom half under Dean Smith is 12 wins, 3 draws and 6 defeats. Forest's away record at the top half last year, 1 point in 12 games. Now I know Warburton's only just came into the job in the last couple of months, but it's going to take a lot to reverse that form immediately.
Absolutely. Just quickly, XG, just for the
expected goals, it's basically giving a value for every shot that's attempted in terms of how likely that shot would result in a goal. So if you're shooting from a yard out, the XG will be about 0.95, 95% chance it goes in a goal, and so on. And it's all calculated, all the shots are calculated.
That's an average figure, is that?
It's a total figure from all the shots. Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, game 2. What happened to Blackburn last week?
I don't know. I was probably surprised as anyone to see the result. Mark Langdon was at the game. We've just been to see, said they were terrible, or was probably a bit harsher there of his analysis. And I was scouring the Blackburn media this week, and they were pretty scathing about the result. Went down 2-1. Only had 2 shots on target, one of which was Charlie Mulgrew's outstanding free kick. The other one, an Elliot Bennett strike from distance. So they were really, really poor. They went a little bit too direct. Danny Graham was isolated up front. Dominic Samuel was playing from the flank, which didn't suit him at all. Conceded from a set piece. The second goal, terrible defending, couldn't clear the ball, and Kitely took advantage. So Mowbray was really, really frustrated and disappointed by that. They only made four changes in midweek for the cup. 2 of them were enforced. They put on a really impressive professional show against Coventry. Had 20 shots, 2/3 of the possession, and could have won by much more than a 3-1 scoreline. Bradley Dack is out here. I don't think there'll be a massive miss after his performance last weekend. Darragh Lenihan could be a miss, which will be a blow, but Gladwin and Craig Conway are due back, and Mowbray's hoping to add another midfielder before this game. They're playing a Doncaster team, and I think Blackburn are 10-11 here to win this match. I think it's a fantastic price. Doncaster, of course, were in the 4th tier last season as well.
Two
leagues apart, so 10-11 and Blackburn at home is a big price. Doncaster did everything but score and win against Gillingham last weekend. In fairness, Gillingham almost nicked a goal as well, standing save by Ian Lawler, but Ferguson was pretty angry about the result, so it was 2 points dropped. They only made 3 changes midweek. They beat Bradford 3-2, but crucially, they're missing Andy Williams still up front. Alex Kawamia as well is missing, so they're a bit light up front. And if you look at last season in League 2, they lost 4 of their 6 trips to fellow top 7 sides, which isn't exactly ideal when you're heading to Blackburn, the pre-season favourites who have been eased to 11-2 from 9-2.
And how's Mulgrew getting on at Blackburn?
Well, if you saw his free kick last week, you'd say very, very well. Outstanding strike.
Very handsome man. Top of the pops when it comes to good looking football players.
Okay.
Charlie Mulgrew, in my opinion.
In your opinion.
In my opinion. Anyway, that's naughty for 6. Anyway, League 2. League 2. What a game. Crew against Newport. Get me a ticket. What's your angle?
I think it's going to be a good game. I think that's the angle here. It's goals, goals, goals. I've chosen both teams to score, but it could easily be over 2.5 here. Crew opened their season with a 2-2 draw at home to Mansfield. David Artell, the manager, said it was a half decent start, created loads of chances, probably should have won the game based on the chances they created. They was really pleased with their performance because Mansfield, Steve Evans' team, came there to try and bully them, outmuscle them. Alex had a makeshift defence and midfield in three debutants in a back three. Brad Walker filling in there in midfielder. Neither George Ray nor Bakayoko were available. Tiny little Tommy Lowry, I think his name is, and Ryan Wintle, very inexperienced midfield, but they stood up really, really well. He looked to bring in a lot of experience and height to the team in the summer, David Artell, and it seemed to work last weekend anyway. Season ticket sales are up 10%. There's a lot of buoyant Crew Alex supporters around at the moment. I think they could go really well. Played very well against Bolton in midweek. Didn't make any changes to that game at all. Still a little bit short in defence and midfield though coming into this game, so I can't really rely on them to keep a clean sheet here in Newport. What a week Newport have had, or what an end to the season they had as well. They drew a 3-3 away at Stevenage last weekend. Goal in the 4th minute of stoppage time basically got them a point there. They should have probably done much better. Michael Flynn wasn't impressed with the performance, said it was gifted them 2 goals. Scott Bennett at fault for those, but created numerous chances in that game. And Bristol City loanee Sean McCloskey got that equaliser. He scored twice in midweek as they beat Southend in the Cup. Really impressive result. And Flynn said he wants to add more options to his midfield and attack. He's keen for his team to get forward and score some goals. And with Newport's new pitch being laid, they're playing away again this week, so it's probably going to take a little bit out of them. But in terms of the actual stats, they're really impressive here. Under David Artell, Crew have seen 18 of 22 games feature over 2.5 goals. Last season they ended with 9 of the last 10 home games featuring 3 goals or more. In Newport, 13 of the last 17 away has featured 3 goals or more, as have 8 of 13 away under Flynn. 8 of 13 away under Flynn have seen both teams score, so that's my angle here. I think there'll be plenty of goals. Certainly the opening week seems to suggest so, as was the end of last season.
Goals at Gresty Road on Saturday. What programmes do you watch to keep up with all this stuff?
A lot of reading. Obviously watch the Channel 5 shows. Got a piece of software I use which gives you highlights as well if you want to watch extended highlights. YouTube's always great. Right. You can get highlights from every club if you go on YouTube as well, but it's a lot of local press readings. So the local Crew newspaper, the local Newport newspaper.
Oh, I see. Because it puts the hours in, puts the effort in. Top of the day job. Any questions from Mark O'Hare, just ping them across to the Wheeler Bet Twitter feed, and we can ask him every Thursday when we sit down. Where will we go next week?
Somewhere where it's not as windy.
Not as windy. I think we'll go, somewhere different next week.
You're in Italy next week, so
also,
maybe.
I'm in Lake Como. Come along.
Yeah.
We'll talk about.
I'm sure the other half will be delighted to see me.
I'm sure love it.
Football League in Lake Como.
Anyway, have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.